Hello, Purple Banditos, and welcome back to more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. I'm PurpleRodri. Now, last time, we've been doing a lot of side quests before making our way up to the top of Stone Tower. In today's episode, we're actually going to finish up a couple more side quests. Now, if you guys remember, we obtained the Postman's Hat. So with that, if we go ahead and just check in on any random mailbox, it's going to give us a piece of heart. Now, another item, I guess, or mask that you could say that we obtained throughout this mini quest, through all the Andrew and Cafe side quests, was the Keaton mask. So we actually have quite a bit we need to do today, so I'm going to take care of all that today. It's going to be fun. The Keaton mask actually requires a bit of a quiz, and you know, there's still quite a lot for us to do today. Another thing that we can actually do is now that we have the couples mask, we can actually go ahead and show the couples mask to the mayor and stop a really huge argument that's been happening since the beginning of this game. If you guys remember, that was one of the first stops we actually made where we obtained the cafe mask, and we saw the guys just kind of like arguing with each other. Well, now if we actually have the couples mask, we're pretty much able to go ahead and just, you know, get a treaty going before them and then just calm everybody down. I don't know, something about the couples mask and everybody being happy, seeing a couple come together, just really relaxes people in Terminal, apparently. With that, though, as you can see, they're all gathering for a meeting once again. It always happens the first day around 10. So let's go ahead and actually enter inside as well, so I can show off our couples mask to these guys. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a pretty relaxed and laid back day. I actually woke up a little bit earlier than usual, surprisingly, you know, just so I could play myself a little bit of Majora's Mask. So everybody here is just fighting. Everybody's ready for the moon to come down. I mean, what do you expect? When the world's coming to an end, people are gonna be, you know, shaking and fighting and arguing, and everything is going to be going into a panic because everyone's so scared of what's happening, and that's pretty much what's happening here. So we're just going to go ahead and listen in on them. They're pretty much just fighting about the moon coming down and about the tourists overrunning the city. And I guess this town has a lot of problems. You'd think the mayor would really want to handle these problems before getting a little too involved in anything else. But I guess the carnival is that big of a deal to these people that to them, you know, they have to make sure that they continue with it, and they do it. I feel like Termina circles around the carnival in a weird and strange way. With that, though, we're going to go ahead and show the couple's mask to the mayor. And everybody just takes a step back. They're like, the couple's mask. What a nice reminder. So, young couple has been married. You know, I guess you could say that a young couple was married, although, you know, it probably didn't happen in this timeline, or at this time, or, you know, anytime near this. At least you could say that it happened at some point. We were there for that. So with that, he's going to be all super happy-go-lucky, and he's going to go ahead and give us a piece of heart as well. So we're coming up on the last couple pieces of heart, guys. We're very close to wrapping up the remaining ones we have left in this game. So the never-ending meeting has actually come to an end for once, and with that, we knock out another little check mark, guys. Very cool to actually have the couple's mask now. You know, it doesn't do a whole lot other than stopping this argument. But regardless, I think it's a really cool mask to have because it goes to show how much progress you've actually done in this game. Now, the other mask I was talking to you guys about is the Keaton mask, and the Keaton mask is actually what we use to obtain another heart piece. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot to do today. We are almost done with every side quest. We don't have that many masks left to collect, which is really cool if you think about it. So if you go ahead and just, you know, do a little bit of the spin attack here, you know, the little Keaton should pop up. There it is. So once we talk to the Keaton, "Hey, hello, child. If you're attempting to fool me, we can recognize our own tales, but you're a good child. Let me put you to a test. Pick one of three choices. How tall will the festival tower at the carnival be?" This is one of those questions that I gotta tell you guys, I don't remember all that well. So these are the questions that the Keaton basically asks you. There's a bunch of random questions that it throws out at you. So we are gonna go ahead and hope that we get this right. Now, I actually don't remember what exactly it's talking about, so I went ahead and got it wrong. That was my mistake. It's been a while. I don't remember what tower the Keaton's talking about. Was it the main one? I think it's talking about the main one, you know, in front of the clock tower. So it definitely wasn't 2. That was my mistake. And now that we answered incorrectly, you know what? This is actually, I guess you could say, a good thing because it allows me to show you guys a little bit of a different location, you know, where the Keatons show up and things like that. So let me go ahead and actually step outside, and we can step back in, and the Keaton should pop back up as soon as we do the spin attack thing again. The basic premise of it is you have to land your spin attack and delete all of the grassy patches. You don't have to collect all the rupees. I know sometimes people say that, but as long as you're knocking out all of these plants, the Keaton should appear, and if it doesn't appear second time, I think it actually moves locations. which it actually seems to have done. So we are gonna have to make our way to another area to find this Keaton. Now, this is actually not that difficult, guys. It's pretty simple. So let's go ahead and play the Song of Soaring then. There's actually a bunch of different patches where you can find the Keaton. So it's not like once you mess them up, you know, you're kind of, you know, stuck here until you play the Song of Time. No, you're still good. You can still run around and try things a little bit differently. So it's here on Milk Road where we're actually gonna bump into the Keaton again. As long as you can see these patches, you know, with a bunch of little bushes, you know, that are circled around with that, the Keaton should appear very soon. I guess this isn't terrible too for rupee collecting. These are some decent rupees. All right, let's talk to the Keaton. Hello, child. We Keatons can recognize ourselves, but you're a good child. All right, guys, how many mailboxes are there in Clocktown? Now, I'm gonna get this right this time. There are 5 mailboxes. All right, what is the name of Anju's father? I do remember this one. It's actually Tortoise. And last but not least, let's see what the question's gonna be. How many cows are there at Romani Ranch? This is actually a little bit of a simpler one. You know what? I'm gonna have to take a guess. There we go. So with that, we seem to have gotten it right. Where does Cremia, manager of Romani Ranch, try to deliver her milk? And this is actually a pretty simple one. She tries to deliver her milk to the bar, to the Moo bar, to the milk bar, guys. Quite simple. So let's go ahead and actually, I think it's the milk bar. Yeah, there we have it. All right. You know what? Darmani is of which race? This is pretty simple. He's a Goron. All right, last but not least, we have got ourselves a piece of heart, guys, and that is the prize we came for. So now that we've gone ahead and done that, there's still a couple other side quests to do. So I'm gonna meet you guys back up when we made our way to the next side quest. Okay, guys, so this is going to be a bit simpler of a side quest. It actually consists of a couple, you know, you guys will see here in a little bit. You guys see these stones, the truth that come out and give us all these different little mystery tips, the gossip stones. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. We're actually gonna do the gossip stone. I guess you could call it side quest. You know, it's not that big of a deal. It's actually a pretty simple side quest. We're gonna go ahead and play the New Wave Bossa Nova then, and that should actually get these guys, you know, pumping up a little bit and getting excited. You know, these guys are gonna start glowing a little bit, and that's just something that we have to do. We actually have to make a couple of these stones glow so that we can trigger a little bit of a sequence of events in order to unlock a couple more things. Because as I was telling you, after this, we're actually headed to Stone Tower, guys. So I am very, very sure. I know I've been saying it for a while, and I know that there's still a couple side quests that we could finish, but I want to officially make it to Stone Tower. So we are going to begin that next time and begin the final dungeon in this game, which I've told you guys, you know, I'd say it's not as difficult as people make it out to be, but it's still, you know, a bit of a tough dungeon if you don't really know what you're doing. I think collecting the fairies is probably the toughest part, but I'm excited to get there and just start knocking that out. Now, let me go find where the heck this next little spot is going to be. They always, you know, mix it up for me. I always gotta look around, but I don't mind running around Termini and just, you know, having a good time with you guys. You know, although I like playing the game a little bit at night, it's also fun playing it during the day because you just see a lot of differences, you know, in it, I would say. You just take in a lot more. Maybe it's because I'm a little bit, you know, more awake. Who knows? But I just really like seeing all the different areas here. Okay, so we found the second gossip place. Very cool. So it's actually really, really simple to do. As you guys can see, the first one's already lit up. So if we just run up to the next one, we're able to just keep on jamming out. And this is just something that we have to do a few times. So let's go ahead and play the New Wave Bossa Nova again. I probably should have memorized the New Wave Bossa Nova by now. It's a little bit harder to play, but it's also not that bad. So with that, guys, we have gone ahead and played it, and with that, 2 stones are now turning. So as you guys can see, we must be doing something right. 2 of the stones are now blue, which is definitely good. There's going to be up to probably 4 secret gossip spots. So with that, guys, we found the second gossip spot, so let's continue on. This is going to be the main side quest of today we're going to be working on. So it's not like it's terribly difficult, but it does take a little bit of time. Okay, so now that we've knocked out 2, let's go ahead and keep running around. These are all located pretty much over every little exit, by the way. So, you know, you can just run around in a complete circle and pretty much find everything that you need to. It's kind of crazy that this game's coming to an end. I feel like, you know, we started so long ago, and we've grown so much, and I can't believe that we're actually going to be finishing it up very soon. It's kind of something that I've been taking on and taking in, you know, little by little. Like, whoa, we're actually coming up to finishing up this game, and it is kind of crazy to think about. All right, guys, once again, let's go ahead and play the New Wave Bossa Nova, and let's just go ahead and jam out with our fish out. And after this, we're only gonna have 1 more spot left, so it is a bit of a simple side quest. It's just running around. I love seeing these little areas too. These little hidden away areas are just so cool to see too. Like, where the heck would you think that you would fall down a hole and find like a waterfall or a misty cave or something of the sort? It's kind of nice to see that. I gotta admit, it's kind of cool, you know, that here in Termina there are these little hidden spots, and sometimes you do have to explore a little bit to find them. With that though, we played the New Wave Bossa Nova. Now we have 3 stones turning, and these guys are looking excited for something. 3 stones ready to go. We have the 4th one left, so let's go ahead and get out of here then, guys. With that, it has registered the 3rd event, but now we actually have to go ahead and trigger the 4th one. It's not till the 4th one that we'll finally obtain what we've been doing the side quest for. So let's go ahead and step out one more time then, and we are just about done here for today. I know it's a little bit of a shorter episode, but as I said, Stone Tower begins next, and that's actually, there's gonna be a lot to do in Stone Tower, so I just want to make sure that we take our time with it, and I don't, you know, rush right into it, because I know how difficult Stone Tower can actually be. Alright, let me find where the heck this last spot is. Look at this guy just running full on at me. Like, just straight up just rushing at me. He doesn't even care. These guys have no self-regard for their life. They're just, like, taking out whoever they can with them. And then there's the final spot, guys. So let's go ahead and jump down then. And this should be it, where we complete the little, you know, little stones of truth. So let's go ahead and play the New Wave Bossa Nova one last time, and I think I finally might have learned it after all that time. It only took a couple tries. With that, we are going to go ahead and play the New Wave Bossa Nova, and let's go ahead and see what happens to these stones. So with that, guys, we obtained a piece of heart. I know, it just automatically gives it to you. It doesn't even give you a chest. With that, we're done here for today. As I said, next time we're gonna begin Stone Tower. So make sure you guys give this video a like. It's much appreciated. And you know what? Just thank you guys for everything, all the tips in the comments, and for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.